Welcome back. Let's continue our discussion on the June 12th Democracy Day speech now by the president. Of course, as I said, it happened at the National Assembly where the president addressed the country before a joint session of the National Assembly. Joining me now from Port Harcourt is China Achero, who is a political affairs analyst. Mr. Chero, thank you very much for coming on the program. Give me your take now on the president's speech on June the 12th.
He gave numbers. He really gave numbers, and the numbers looked good. The figures look good, right? But you see, there are two things with Nigerians right now. One, a lot of Nigerians, sincerely, or some Nigerians don't believe he won the election, so they're going to oppose everything he does.
That's true.
And two, as long as these numbers don't align with the daily life of Nigerians, we are going to say we don't agree. But the numbers are good. The numbers are really good. But so people are going to fight everything he does.
Okay. Now, let's discuss this issue of one-party state. It's been a big talking point in the country for quite a while. And you had the president coming out in very clear terms there. I mean, saying that, that he is completely against the whole idea of a one-party state and that there's no agenda as a one-party state at all, that neither the government nor his party is working towards that. What do you make of, his position on that issue?
I would say it's all politics. Listen, he's playing politics. He's seeking re-election. So he will do everything he can to get re-elected. And that will include going to state governors, trying to convince them to either cross to his party or give him assurances of their vote for the next election. I don't think there will be a one-party state in Nigeria, and I sincerely don't think that's what he wants. All he wants is re-election.
Yeah, because I was also wondering if the idea of a one-party state is actually possible.
No, it's not. Nigeria, listen, Nigeria is built strongly along ethnic lines, and it's something we must tell ourselves, right? The Southwest will basically vote in one direction. The Southeast and South-South will vote in one direction. And most of the North will vote in one direction. Since 1999, if we go back, the South-South and Southeast had always voted for the PDP since 1999. It was the last election that Peter Obi broke that PDP thing in the Southeast. So what he's doing now, I think, is, okay, I know my people. I can get my people to be on my side. I know some parts of the North I can get on my side. But you see that Southeast and South-South, what can I do about them? If you can break that PDP Labour Party stronghold on the Southeast and South-South, then he's getting closer to re-election. Now, can we have a one-party state in Nigeria? I don't see that happening just yet. I don't see that. And that's not what he wants. All he wants is re-election.
And I mean, I can get your point. Now, you look at what he said about the PDP and the crisis rocking the party. I mean, coming out to say that, look, you just don't blame those who are leaving the party. I mean, if they're literally running away from a sinking ship, even without a life jacket as well. I mean, that must have riled the PDP, no doubt.
How does it rile them when they are really a sinking ship? Listen, if we on the outside can't see the truth and they on the inside can't see the truth, then what are we doing here? It's really a sinking ship. If you remember in 2015, the moment PDP lost the election at the center, I'm sure that the president at the time, Goodluck Jonathan, would have woken up the next morning to see that most of his associates had walked away from him. That's Nigerian politics. We stand with the winning side most of the time. So the APC has been ruling at the center since 2015, or that's 10 years right now, and it doesn't look like anytime soon they will relinquish power. So what do people do? We jump onto the winning side. Maybe it can give us victory in our next election. Maybe it can give us contracts. Maybe it can just give us assurances of safety But that's what people are doing. So the PDP ship is sinking really, and I'm sure they can see it. It's sinking.
And what do you think? What from your own position and from your own, from where you stand? Why do you think it's been so difficult for the PDP to resolve their problem, to resolve their crisis for such a big party? I mean, this is at some point, the biggest party in the whole of Africa. It used to pride itself as the biggest party in the whole of Africa. So what do you think is the problem? Why do you think the party has just not been able to resolve its crisis? And you now have a situation where very high profile members are leaving.
It's such a big shame. It's a crying shame, really. Like you said, one time the biggest party in Africa, nobody can argue with that. But again, the internal crisis has destroyed the party. Nyesom Wike, the current minister of the FCT, is, like him or loathe him, he's the biggest name right now in the PDP.
But you also have Atiku Abubakar.
APC, right? Because he works for the government of the day. He has assured the president of re-election, yet he has not left the PDP. So what's really going on there? You have a president like Atiku Abubakar in the PDP, and you ask, what does he really do there? He's silent most times until the next election. So until they sort the internal crisis, and one must be the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, where does he stand? Are you with us or are you against us? And if you're not with us, why do you remain a member of the party? So until they can have the lever, as we say in local parlance, to speak to him and say, you must take your stand. Yes, there are cases where a president of the day appoints someone from the opposition to be in his government. It's not the first time it's happening. It has been there right from 1999, 2003. It has been there. It has been there. I've seen it in Ghana. It has been there. But when a member of the opposition, so to say, is assuring the president of re-election, it means he will surely work against his own party. Wouldn't that be termed anti-party activities, that statement he made? So the PDP can stand up and say, look, you must decide where you stand now, then there will be no hope for that party in the next election and even in 2031 election. They are gone forever.
One other thing we saw the president do, during the Democracy Day celebration, of course, is that the national honors he bestowed on some, you want to call them democracy heroes, so to speak, those who fought for the actualization of June 12 and the enthronement or return of democracy in this country. It's a very long list, and as you would expect, the list is also generating some kind of talking point, because there are some names that have been mentioned now that are not on that list, and clearly, some of these arguments, there are points there, because there are quite some names that you would expect would be on the list. They are not there. But what's your take on all these?
Listen, as a government, you really cannot please
everybody,
every single one. Yes, you can't. So there's nothing the government will do that will have 100% acceptance. There will always be pockets of people that will say it should have been this other way. I'll give you, there's a particular name, Humphrey Wosu, of the June 12 election.
Yeah.
A few months ago, there were a lot of talks about why Nigeria did not honor him. And then he died. Now, I now hear that the same person is on the honors list. And I hear a few people say, why are they waiting for him to die before he's honored? So that's what governance is about. So the government gets out a list. Now, until they come out and tell us, this is how we pick these names, this is the criteria we use, then we'll begin to either agree or disagree. But one thing is for sure, June 12 was a turning point for Nigeria. What happened on that day and what happened in the months and years that followed, cannot be erased from Nigeria's history. Cannot be. Now, the date was decided that Democracy Day is moved from May 29 to June 12. For me, it was also a turning point for Nigeria. Now, if the president of the day, which is Bola Tinubu, has decided to honor people who helped actualize June 12, then I stand with him. Unless we are saying June 12 means nothing to us. If it means something to us, then I stand with him. You cannot get every name you want.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution, and thanks for coming on the program. China Acharu, Public Affairs Analyst, thanks a lot. Thank you. All right, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Stay with us, don't go away. Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal. How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the President of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On DEJI 360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians say in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
DEJI 360, dissecting the issues.